Ut Prosim, that I may serve, our school motto that each semester hundreds of Plymouth State University students, committing thousands of hours of their time, embrace and exemplify. This year, PSU earned a spot on the President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll with distinction for exemplary service efforts in service to America's communities, only one of 83 schools nationwide to achieve this level of recognition in 2008. President Sarah Jane Steen said, "This award recognizes those who give of themselves for others. Our volunteers and programs have transformed both people's lives and the wider communities. PSU is making a difference at home and in the world." PSU students are regular contributors to programs like the Pema Youth Center, the Festival of Trees, Habitat for Humanity, the New Hampshire Humane Society, the Rachel Carson National Wildlife Refuge, the Walk to Fight Cancer, the March of Dimes Walk, Global Youth Service Day, Hunger and Homelessness, local food drives, the Keep the Heat On Project, and Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. In 2006, PSU alum Jessica Dutiel opened the Pema Youth Center in downtown Plymouth with the singular goal of providing a safe and welcoming environment for needy area youth. The overwhelming majority of the Pema Youth Center staff are PSU student volunteers and work-study students. These students are responsible for the supervision of local youth in their after-school programs, and they act as wonderful role models. Students assist with homework, providing mentoring, run recreational and arts activities, lead community service learning projects, teach cooking, run alcohol and drug-free groups, and assist in fundraising events. They support, encourage, and inspire local youth to achieve their dreams. Simply put, they make a huge difference. Alternative Spring Break is an increasingly popular service program at PSU with students who are looking for a new way to contribute their time to communities. 3 groups of students participated in Habitat for Humanity trips over spring break last year. One went to Slidell, Louisiana, one to Corpus Christi, Texas, and a 3rd group traveled to Chicago and worked with the Union League Boys and Girls Club. Linda Koravu, who is the PSU Community Service Coordinator, said, "One of our students felt passionate about working with an underserved youth population in Chicago and felt the experience would be great for her fellow students." Presented by the College of Graduate Studies, Tiger is a professional theater company designed to help children, schools, parents, and communities deal proactively and positively with social issues and concerns. The plays are based entirely upon the anonymous writings of New Hampshire school children. By using children's own words, Tiger enables children to hear their own voices as they step back from the experiences of bullying and the intolerance of individual differences and develop more successful social interactions at school. One local principal said, "The Tiger program was excellent. The students are still talking about the show. You are doing a great deal to help us in leading our students in the right direction." In January 2008, 9 Plymouth State University students traveled to the Sadhana Forest in Oroville, India, to volunteer at the experimental self-governed township that emphasizes living in harmony with humankind, nature, and the environment. They worked with volunteers from all over the world on a reforestation project that aims to replenish 70 acres of severely eroded land with native trees and plant life. One student, Megan Rodier, said, "I always figured there must be more to life and there must be a better way of living. The first step I will take when I get home is to evaluate each aspect of my life and think about where I can make changes and what those changes should be." Student Jessica Chisholm learned about the power of service through the Nicaragua Club. I had never been out of the United States, and I wanted to broaden my horizons. I had no idea what I would see, and I was nervous about being dropped into a country without knowing the language, but the trip was amazing. It made me realize how much we have, and it helped me value people even more than I already did, especially family. Family is everything in Nicaragua. During the trip, the students spent a week in La Paz Centro and a week in Managua working with Women in Action, a group of 40 women who organize health and education projects in the barrio of La Primavera. They work together to build chicken coops, paint a mural, and practice the traditional Nicaraguan art of gourd carving, which has become a vital source of income for women in La Primavera. Each year since 2003, about 20 Pakistani educators volunteer to travel halfway around the globe in search of educational excellence. These educators from all walks of Pakistani life make their way to Plymouth State University, and for many, this is their first trip away from home. Pakistan has one of the lowest literacy rates in the world, with less than half its people able to read. Many areas in Pakistan are steeped in poverty, so government support of public education is all but non-existent. Despite the challenges, these teachers are committed to their students. Cited by the United States Department of State as a model program, PSU's Pakistani Educational Leadership Institute provides opportunities for these educators. In Pakistan, the Pele alumni have become critical agents of change. They have gained valuable lessons and skills at PSU, and against overwhelming odds, they have improved the lives of over 100,000 people. The North Country Teacher Certification Program was developed as a partnership among PSU, White Mountain Community College, and Granite State College. The program provides bachelor's degrees and teaching certification to address two complementary North Country needs. As teachers retire, there will be an increasing need for certified teachers in the North Country, and many North Country residents would like to become certified as teachers. But because of family and work obligations, they aren't able to travel to an institution that can provide that certification. One student, Chastity LeBonville, said living in the North Country has its benefits, but access to certain things like school can be challenging. Being in this program allows me to do both. The best part is that as soon as you start the program, you can see that graduation really isn't that far away, and that's a great motivator. I feel lucky and grateful to have been able to be part of this program. I always wanted to finish school, but traveling was out of the question. When the first cohort graduated in 2008, a parent said of his daughter, "I never thought she would do this. I always knew she could, but I never thought she would. I am so proud of her." The Center for Rural Partnerships at PSU, with funding from the Neil and Louise Tillotson Fund of the New Hampshire Charitable Foundation, has created the Coas County Outreach Initiative, supporting projects that will have a positive impact on the North Country's economy and quality of life. One of the initiative projects was created by Professor of Music and Director of Choral Activities, Dan Perkins, who, with the Hanover Chamber Orchestra, wanted to do a concert in the North Country that would also have an educational component. The project, called Night Music, comprised two parts: music education workshops at 3 North Country schools and a Hanover Chamber Orchestra concert performance at White Mountains Regional High School in Whitefield. Student artwork inspired by night music was on display in all of the North Country schools. Newfound Lake remains one of New Hampshire's cleanest and clearest lakes, and a first-of-its-kind management plan to keep it that way is nearly complete. Every acre counts. The Newfound Watershed Management Plan. The Center for the Environment's Associate Director, Brian Eisenhower, is an expert in environmental sociology. He applied his special expertise to create an historic project where the citizens of 9 independent towns surrounding Newfound Lake all came together to execute a single enlightened watershed management plan.
Yet one program at Plymouth State University gives both businesses and business students an edge. NECN's Lauren Collins is live in Manchester with the details. Lauren?
Beth, the Small Business Institute at Plymouth State University has given students in the MBA program solid real-world experience for 35 years. But these days, as companies are forced to do more with less, its partnership with the core of New Hampshire's economy is more valuable than ever. When Doug Schumacher looked to grow his custom automation manufacturing company, he could have hired a consultant.
It would be a major cost, and I'm not sure how I would find one and if they would be qualified and do a good job.
Instead, he looked to the Small Business Institute at Plymouth State University. There, a team of MBA students studied the company for several months, then drafted the ways Schumacher equipment can thrive no matter the market conditions.
This is a tough economy right now, so I would be happy with any growth, even small growth. But they wrote a plan which shows me how to double the size of the business in 3 to 5 years.
One of the business owners said if he had to go out and hire a consultant to do the work that these students have done, it would have cost several $100,000, and that speaks volumes for the help that they provide to small business, especially in these times when business are struggling.
Don Jones spent years working as a plant manager before going back for his MBA.
In the SBI program, you're really getting the opportunity to forecast and build a plan for the future. And I think that planning activity really gives you a different twist on your education and what you can do.
In and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Look left, look right, to the moon and the night. Everything under the stars in your arms. 'Cause there is a light in your eyes, in your eyes. 'Cause there is a light in your eyes, in your eyes. Yeah, there is a light in your eyes. There is a light, there is a light in your eyes, in your eyes. We push and pull, and I fall down sometimes. I'm not letting go.